Okay, so now this is part 2, and now we're going to quarter it up. I'm going to start off with these front legs. Literally grab them, just slice right in here. Move it around so that we can find that joint. Not really a joint, but you do want to avoid cutting into that shoulder blade because it will dull your knife. Just like that. Front shoulders off. The other side. Second shoulder's off. After that, little carcass, all these trimmings, you'll just run through it, possibly put it in the grinder, see what's good to keep off of it. Here, I just like to expose this inners a little bit better. So I cut this flap all the way down to the first rib. Like I said, you could also clean that up, put that in the grinder. Now here you have some fat that you just want to remove. And underneath that fat, there's these two tenderloins. Some people call it filet mignon. Some people call it the fish tenders. But they're the two most tender parts of the deer, right here. And you literally just take your knife. You might want to grab a smaller knife. You don't need such a big knife. Take your knife, and sometimes you don't even need to cut it. But you just cut it off of the bone, all the way around. Work your knife up underneath there. You want to get a fillet knife for this, so that way you get the majority of the meat out from in there. And once you work your knife off, work your finger in there, and it should just come right out. Like I said, it's very tender. That's one tenderloin. Do the same exact thing to the other side. Work your knife up in there. Stick your finger in there and just pull it away. There is your second tenderloin. Now we're going to get my favorite part out of the deer, which are the back straps. And you basically just find the spine, put your knife to one side of it, and just run straight down that spine. Now I like to keep my necks to do a roast. So normally the back strap, believe it or not, a lot of people don't know this, but the back strap runs from the hip bone all the way down to the deer's ear. But I cut it off right here by the neck because I will keep this neck to do the neck roast. Just put it out that way. And you could possibly kind of see where the line of the back strap and the rib cage separates. So then you just run your knife down there. And then you should be able to just pull it out don't cut yourself like I just did. Well, the show must go on. I just wrapped it up with a tissue. That should be good. Look at that. Crazy. Yeah, be careful. Don't cut yourself. There's one back strap. There you have both of your back straps. You start off with your knife, cut whatever meat is there. You want nothing but bone to rub this sawzall on, because the sawzall does not cut the meat properly. And just hold the neck and cut away. There's your neck. Now here's where you get your rack of ribs from. Straight down the back. Straight down the backbone. Straight down the center. Go ahead and connect the tissue away with the knife. There's one rack of ribs. Two racks of ribs. Now this spine is not going in the garbage because, as you can see, there is a lot of meat on it. You could do one of two things. You could either boil this down to make a stock, or my buddy has a humongous dog and he loves that, so I'll end up giving it to my friend's dog. Finish this process off. Cut right between the two thighs until you get bone. Once you get bone, let the sawzall do the work. There you go. And there you have an entire deer on the table. Now, what I'll be doing with this is everything here is going to go into a cooler, and I'm going to completely cover everything in ice. I'm going to put ice first, then some meat, then ice, then some meat, then ice, then some meat. And I'm going to let that sit there for about 7 days. Somewhere between the 3 or 4 day period, I'm going to take everything out, rearrange it, put more ice, make sure whatever's at the bottom, bring it to the top. And what that does is it drains all the blood and gamey taste out of the deer. I mean, deer to me, depending on where you get it from, it's not that much of a gamey animal. But some people are picky with the way their deer tastes. So I just take the extra precaution and the extra steps to get the best tasting meat you can. You know, it's awesome to bring home this much meat for the house, for the family, for the neighbors. Look at this. I live in a residential area. The neighbors come over. They're like, yo, let me take a picture with it. They love this stuff. So, yeah, it's awesome. I love doing this. I have no problem doing this. This is going to supply a lot of meals for the family. And I just got to thank the man upstairs for that. So I hope you guys enjoy watching. I hope you guys learned something. You know, do not cut your finger. Take your time. But it was a pleasure. I'll see you guys on the next adventure.